What is going on, you guys? So, meant to get this out to y'all last night, or well, wanted to, I guess I should say, not really meant to, but uh, I get up at 2 in the morning to go to work, and so 9:30 rolled around. Supercard Honor wasn't quite over yet, and I was wiped out. So I wound up going to bed and figured I would do this in the morning, make a short video to get out to y'all. Don't want to take up too much of your time because it is day one of WrestleMania. We got Stand and Deliver. There's other stuff to get caught up on that I want to get caught up on as well. Maybe also watch some old school WrestleMania stuff, relive some moments. That's what my son and I did last night because our current situation is pretty much I can't watch SmackDown Live or Rampage Live. For those of you who this may be your first time tuning in. So I usually catch a lot of highlights. And so with that being, I didn't get a chance to watch a lot of things. I thought that the Hall of Fame was actually happening during SmackDown and not going to be on its own thing. And so like late as I'm laying down and I'm putting on an old WrestleMania, I see, oh, well, the Hall of Fame is live, but I'm not going to watch that to go to bed. So I got to get caught up on The Undertaker's speech. I did see this on TikTok. Emotional. Dude, as you can see, was a huge part of my childhood. I was very excited for yesterday because he was going into the Hall of Fame. Can't wait to watch it, being fully awake and aware of what's going on. I'm also a Vader fan, so that's going to be really cool to watch as well. But let's talk news from yesterday. So those of you who did watch Supercard of Honor or maybe didn't, I guess it's more for those who didn't. Samoa Joe is back in Ring of Honor and All Elite Wrestling all together, and he says he wants to win the Unified Championship and he also wants to win the AEW Championship. So we're gonna get Samoa Joe back in the ring, which makes me so happy because huge fan of Samoa Joe. The stuff that he's done in his career has been fantastic. Wasn't really a huge fan of his WWE run. I felt like he was underutilized in a lot of ways, but he did great in NXT. The feud with Finn Balor was like one of my favorite things. So that happened. If you guys had not watched the back and forth of FTR and the Briscoes, I highly recommend to do so because that was to me, that was the bigger match than Bandito versus Gresham. No offense to those two guys, because they burned it down last night from everything I've seen. But FTR and the Briscoes was the match that we were all wanting, I think. Small bubble, so maybe I'm wrong, but that was the match I was wanting. And man, they delivered from everything that I've seen. And FTR wound up winning the ROH World Tag Team titles. I had two thoughts about that, and especially now after the way it ends, I'm leaning more towards the second one that I will present. First one is they're going to continue the feud after Supercard of Honor. The second one is that the Briscoes, are on their way out of that company as a whole, AEW, ROH, whatever. And that's my biggest concern, I guess, because I like the Briscoes. I want to have them halfway accessible than what they would be somewhere else for me, because I can't always purchase, events like on Fight TV and everything, so a lot of my watching has to come through other avenues, and I really want to be able to watch a lot of, or not a lot, but I want to be able to watch the Briscoes, and so that's kind of where I'm leaning, is that they're going to end up leaving the company. I hope that's wrong. We'll wait and see. SmackDown looked okay-ish. I hadn't really looked too much into that, so I apologize. It seemed like Raw was the real go home thing, and then like last night's main focus was the Hall of Fame, for good reasons. I mean, Undertaker was going in. That's a really big deal. It's a shame Vader wasn't live for his induction, but glad that he's going in as well. It's the same with the Steiners. I'm glad that the Steiners are going in, and congrats to Sharmella too. Or not Sharmella, Sharmell. Come on now. Man, it's day one of WrestleMania. We're gonna get Stand and Deliver today. I think that's gonna be excellent. I can't wait to watch a few things on there. Braun Breaker and Dolph Ziggler is gonna be awesome. The NXT North American Championship, I think, is gonna be a lot of fun. So a lot to look forward to with Stand and Deliver. Lots to look forward with WrestleMania. So last night I watched some old school WrestleMania matches with my son, and we watched WrestleMania 17. Not quite the whole pay-per-view, but most of it, because there's so many good matches on there. You got Undertaker versus Triple H, you got Rock versus Austin with that amazing video package before the match with My Way by Limp Bizkit in there. You've got the hardcore triple threat match between Raven, Big Show, and Kane, which was so much fun to watch. There was a lot of really cool segments in there, a lot of funny haha segments, like Kane and the referee driving around on a golf cart for a minute. That's pretty entertaining. So I think that's my favorite WrestleMania. I'd like to hear what some of y'all's favorite WrestleManias are. But as far as matches go, overall, I'm all over the place. A lot of stuff, like, think about the WrestleManias that we've been given. Like, okay, let's go back to WrestleMania. It's labeled WrestleMania 2000, so that's what I always refer to it as. I guess it would be WrestleMania 16, actually. You've got the Triangle Ladder match, where we first see those three teams, Edge, Christian, Matt and Jeff, and the Dudley Boys in one of those Triangle Ladder matches where, that, like I said, that was the first time that we seen that, and how amazing that was. That was incredible. And then they took it to new heights at SummerSlam, and then again at WrestleMania 17 with the two TLC matches that they had. So those, we had that moment. That would have been a main event. Any other, that would have been a main event on SmackDown, would have been a main event on Raw, what have you. Or at least in my opinion. That's how I would book it, as a main event. But that was mid-card. That was really early on in the pay-per-view. And then, you've got the other one that really stuck out to me from WrestleMania 2000 that's wasn't a main event, was Chris Jericho, Kurt Angle, and Chris Benoit fighting for the European and Intercontinental title. Basically 2 matches put together. So the first pinfall or submission wins the European title. The second one wins the Intercontinental title. And man, I thought that was so much fun. And it's such a great match and a great triple threat. Those guys worked really well together. And, that fatal 4-way at the main event for the WWF Championship. Fantastic. Just so good. And then Undertaker winning the championship at WrestleMania 13. How cool was that? Just the enjoyment that the Streak gave us. Any Undertaker match at WrestleMania gave us, He had 2 losses. He had one to Roman and he had one to Lesnar. But were either of those guys the ones that I would have picked the losses for him to have? Probably not. Honestly, I probably would have booked it that Undertaker would have remained undefeated. But I guess it had to come to end at some point. And at least it ended with him beating AJ in the, Boneyard match, which I thought that was a lot of fun, that we see, somebody else get buried alive other than Undertaker. So I like that, and I liked that hybrid character that he was. That was a great way to end it. Like I said, guys, I wanted to keep this one kind of short. I'm already getting close to about 10 minutes, so we're gonna wrap it up here. Let me know your favorite WrestleManias in the comment, your favorite WrestleMania matches, moments, whatever, in the comments as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you later today or tomorrow. See you soon.